Fellow Guyanese, a pleasant good evening to each and every one of you in Georgetown, Guyana, and elsewhere. Today, I have the honor of looking at Facebook, and I see a lot of things which I want to touch on. But before we continue, I want you all to subscribe to my channel and press the bell so you will get the next updated video. Why am I doing this? Sometimes I wish if I was not a Guyanese. Because with what is taking place, it is very hard and very unfair to see people are hiding the truth and want to keep the young generation down. My friends, I have known Georgetown, Guyana as a kid before the independence as a young child growing up. I remember the days of uncle and auntie, brothers and sisters. Coolie boy, black boy, coolie gal, black gal, and buck boy and buck man and all kind of nonsense. But it was done with a grain of sugar, with love and affection. But after came the two diseases that you people in the diaspora are fighting over who is the father of Guyana. I want to ask you, learned ladies and gentlemen, if you, the black races, keep on claiming emancipation because you're from Africa, how could you be a father to a land that you was brought into? What happened to the indigenous race, the 9 tribes? And you, the Indian, keep on day of arrival. Well, the Portuguese, the Chinese must came for space or below the ocean, or Saturn or one of them planets, right? I'll tell you what, if y'all don't stop this nonsense, the future of Georgetown, Guyana is in limbo. We know what takes place in Guyana. Some of you who are speaking now don't know anything but what you grew up to see. The so-called dependence that you call independence is older than all of you. Dr. Cheddi Jagan and the late Fos Burnham is not the father of Georgetown, Guyana. Whether you call it British Dutch, but it is Guyana. It was once spelled with a G-U-I. But let me tell you, great-grandchildren of slavery and cheap labor. Y'all should be lucky that the European brought your ancestor into Georgetown, Guyana. Because you, the black brothers and sisters who think you learn a lot, reading what some historian history give to you, 10% or 11% beginning, and the rest is a lot of false information. Whether you like it or not, we did not create this universe and create ourselves. It is the Lord Almighty, Bhagwan, Allah, or God, created. We have seen a lot of advantage taken from the Indian race in the past under black leadership, Burnham and comrades. Yet for all, out of 200-something thousand blacks, 70 to 80,000, very decent individual, man and woman, and very patriotic to a cause, and more human being than the Indian race. I, George Karaya, are telling you that. The Indian, I'm sorry, I got your blood in me too, like I got the black blood in me. Let this be known clearly to all of you. Great-grandchildren of slavery, stop it. The European was slave. The Chinese had slave. The Indians still got slave on to modern day. Africa today got slave. It is not European. And I'm tired here, oh, the white man make them do it. Well, if the white man make y'all do something and y'all are worse than robot, because sometimes robot retaliate, malfunction, then y'all deserve to be slave if the white man make y'all do it. I want to ask all of you, I've seen Mr. Green was talking about Cheddi. and what Joey wrote, I can tell you clearly, these things have nothing to do. Mr. Green was once Prime Minister, and I think Reid also, the deceased, rest in peace. Hoyt was the president, and many of them who was in the PNC, out of the cabinet, I think out of 33 or how much there was, 30 or 31, used some racial things somewhere or the other, an injustice against humanity, against their own, also to the Indian race for those who was in position. There is a God, ladies and gentlemen. He will be the final judge. Not those judges that when a minister take a telephone and call them on the magistrate, they lock up innocent people. Or the place, the surveying department join to rob people their property, and their housing and all play games, and the NDC. There will be a change in Guyana, ladies and gentlemen, where the nation shall and will get a leader, and decent Guyanese will take control. And that will be a country to reckon with down the road. I want you all to know clearly, there is a God. We all feel pain, we all bleed blood. Who opened up more house in Guyana? The East Indian race. I heard a policeman got whorehouse too, and his wife working for the court. My friends, I want to make it clear. It's alleged. If so be the case, he must be kicked out from the force, and if his wife is in the court, she must immediately enter resignation or be kicked out. Which church they attend? Is it the church, a Muslim church? Where's the imam? A Hindu mandir? Where's the bandit? Or the Clapham church? Oh, well, I don't think Jehovah's Witness involved in that. A Catholic church? We are the priests. These things must be prohibited for a country like Guyana. And as I said, I have trouble. We got 700-something thousand people. Under Burnham government, all other race suffer until came Rodney, when he opposed him for equality amongst the race. He was murdered by Burnham, Chetty Jagan, and others. Vincent Tika was getting close to Castro, and he was murdered somewhere in Rumwell by banks in the back there, or by the Kissoon place. Did any one of you remember Lila Kissoon in the 60s? Who turned her furniture store and housed the Guyanese Indian who was beaten, raped, and their family were killed in Mackenzie and Wisma and elsewhere? Answer me. Nobody remember her, but we call Jagan the father of Guyana. Then Burnham must be uncle. Let it be known to you two illiterate folks. If it was not for the late Peter Digar, you would have never had a dependent, and you call independent. What you would have had is many Indian women would have created another breed of children, because you must read the X13 plan. And plenty Indian male would have been killed out. I urge the President Ali, you're trying to do good, and you got a lot of square pegs in a round hole, and you got a lot of opportunists on board with you. Where they come from? Suddenly, friends and family. Why none of the ministers are answering in jail, are not in jail? Who have robbed the nation? Who have misled the nation? Why some of these magistrates and judges who swear on the Holy Bible, or the Quran, or the Ramayana, to honor the laws of the land, but break it? But we have a lot of people in prison for pickpocket, robbing people, cursing people, and whatever. I think it is time to set them free and clean the prison and make rooms for members of the parliament who have broken the law from 1966 to now. All the judges and magistrates who lock up innocent people, you have children and grandchildren. They're going to answer your call. They are going to answer it, I promise you. You might kill me and others, but I tell you what, you will have to speak another language. I call on the U.S. Embassy, Mrs. Lynch, and the Canadian, the British, and others to stand up for fair democracy and human rights. Why did not the British consulate get involved in Natasha problem, and Anthony Snow? When in breakdown, the police sprayed them with pepper spray. I have a name of an individual. Let it be known to all of you. Good ones are looking bad because the wicked ones are there. And for many of you who beat people as a policeman, you're going to answer. And you have children and grandchildren. Many of you magistrate, prosecutor, and judge. I call upon you all to change for God's sake. Don't listen to the 65 members of parliament and destroy the future. For there is a better judge called God Almighty. Why don't you all think the Jehovah's Witness does not vote for a man to rule a country? They believe that God is great and God is the only thing. Why the Muslim who got a great book like the Quran? You Hindus got too, the Vedas and the Ramayana. But again, the Ramayana means your mind raw. And the Vedas are dodging everybody, so I can expect it. Where's the Pandit and the Imam? And the Bible that every Sunday and every time the pastor tell you about Jesus. And Peter said Jesus this, John said Jesus this, Matthew said Jesus this. Where is those hypocrites to stand up against these ministers? But you want handshake, you want favors. My favors is with God Almighty, not hypocrites. I tell you what, Guyana need a leader that will give justice to every man and woman in that country, regardless of your religion or your race as you call yourself. Because I know one thing, you are the human race of different complexion and culture that you came from. But Georgetown, Guyana is an English-speaking country. And I have to congratulate, I see on Facebook, some school opening or something you have to apply to learn proper English. And therefore I congratulate it. But Mr. Ali, this is Ramadan month. Nothing personal, my friend. For every father would like their children to grow good and see nobody hurt them. Okay? I'm calling on you to investigate our problem. Mr. Ramjatan must be barred from politics. And if Aubrey Norton are listening, my brother, the PNC went into power with the RUF, the Portuguese man. What? The Indian and black people used to beat up his workers on DI-8, break up the truck, and he made some of them millionaires by bringing them into shareholders. I call upon all of you, stop it. The decent one amongst both race, Indian and black. The decent Indian don't want to mix with the rest because they say they are nothing. You're uneducated, you're stupid, you're illiterate, you're ignorant, you're foolish. And when an Indian woman, out of every 10, 6 of you, you go to the Kali Mai church to obey your man, to control him, to destroy the family from which he came from that you joined, only later to cause murder and conflict and division in your own family. You destroy family. My sister-in-law, Indra Sigobin, marry my half-brother, Rashton Alexander Cham. My Indian mother, Muslim woman, said to me, you have a Chinese wife. Well, I am a coolie and I want a coolie woman. She said those words to me. I want a coolie hoe like myself. She maybe admits she was prostituting her horse. I don't know, because she's illiterate. But she's dead and gone. Ladies and gentlemen, a few days ago, the 22nd of March, in the years that passed, my mother gave birth to me. It was her birthday. I wish if she was never pregnant with me, because she was not mature and educated enough to understand what is a mother towards children. Also on Facebook, I want you all to know, but I make a promise here to you. If my brother and his wife arrive in Guyana for what they have done, and I get the opportunity, I will hang them both. And I want the judge who make a decision of dividing Canaan without proper representation. I will not call name, and I won't call the lawyer name. I give them respect and we change that, so they can undone what they have already done. I call upon the court to look into it. God forgive. Man only said they forgive. And you hurt me, and you want me to leave you to God. Did God leave the devil? He threw his ass out of the kingdom. Now he got hell. Did God run in to help Jesus, or Prophet Muhammad, or Moses, or the other prophets who were slaves? But faith, and I have a lot. None of you will live forever. All our final destination is prison, and which is a graveyard, because we all have to die. I call upon the decent Indian and black to unite with the other race and the Amerindian, and let's form another party and make a national front government. Where is Mr. Schumer? Where is Jonah? I remember the University of Guyana. They had a little seminar there where an Amerindian named Peter was speaking, and the crowd of the black youths crowd him down. And I have a message for y'all. Africa didn't want your ancestor. Be careful what you are doing, especially when you're claiming emancipation. Stop it. Idi Amin drove over 750,000 Indians out of Uganda who born there. Okay? Mugabe drove every European as the white man out of former Rhodesia when Smith prolonged the flag and make it independent. He also was kicked out. And in South Africa, the same as many other countries, and Burma chasing the Indian. So for you blacks and Indians who are living in Canada, England, America, and elsewhere, be grateful to the country that respect you and give you a break. Like the young girl from England that play in the movie, The Black Panther. You had her all over the country parading out to every school. I congratulate the parents and the young woman. What happened to the young black woman that run in the Olympic and beat the Jamaican sprinter and get the gold? Is she not a role model? Come on, Ali. Don't be a hypocrite. It's Ramadan. But let me tell all of you, the judges and magistrates that locked up my son wrongfully, cancer will be hold of many of you. You're going to run mad. Your children shall suffer. I believe in the Almighty God. I believe in this God that created the world. I don't believe in race. I call upon you, Ali. Don't have anything to do with Dubai and Saudi Arabia. Human rights violation, and especially with terrorist attack in America, all of them, according to information is alleged, came from the Saudis. Be careful with the friend you associate with before you bring darkness to our country. Okay? Don't end up like David Granger, who is alleged called a man who was about to blow up Kennedy Airport, Kabir Mohammed or whatever his name, a hero. It wasn't long after he was kicked out. Think of it. And then Priya Manichan disrespect the outgoing ambassador of the United States. She was not wrong, she was right. But she was young. She chose the wrong place and the wrong occasion. We all know America fought in the World War, and an agreement was signed that they are responsible for this whole hemisphere. Russia one side, England and France the other side. will China stay by itself? Friends, I tell you here to y'all are lucky. I wish if the Jews could have entered Guyana in 1947, because they would have made it a paradise. They would be fair to everyone. Instead of putting them into the Palestinian country and they're bulldozing them, we are seeing it. But there are good Jews amongst the hypocrites too. But there is a God. No man lived forever. Queen Elizabeth died, she didn't take the throne with her. So I call you, Mr. Ali, relinquish your friendship from Saudis, because Prophet Muhammad fought against those people ancestors, and a spider saved him. You are associated with people that did not care anything about Guyana during the 70s, 80s. If you didn't find oil, you think they would have been there? Anyhow, before I go, let me touch this one. The one with the young boy beating up the teacher in Berbice. I think he should be put in a boys' school and train him. And Ali, turn the prisoners them to workers. Build concrete bricks, chairs and table in the prison, and give them a break to be with their family. For the biggest thieves are in parliament and are in government. May God be with the nation, but I'm calling on the decent one. Unite quick before it's too late. The nation belongs to the future of the next generation. Thank you, and may God be with all of you. Peace be unto all of you. May Allah Ta'ala bless you, Ali. Do the right thing. Okay? And for all you hypocrites, Meiji bandits and priests, you have your days coming. Good luck. And for all who thief in land, good luck. Peace be unto all of you. Thank you.